Jambo, hope you're doing fine. I want to talk about why United States is different from Kenya or any other country from Africa. The way things are done here in the US and the way things are done back in Kenya, for example. I will give 3 examples. First of all, I'm a DV 2023 Diverse Visa Lottery winner, and that's how I came to the US. Now, first example, driving. Driving here in the US. Drivers wanafuata sheria. Drivers here in the US will always follow traffic instructions. Yes. If there is a stop sign, you have to stop, even if you don't see any vehicle. If it's about a junction, even if you don't see a stop sign, you have to stop, even if you don't see a vehicle. And then you move when it's safe to do so. But if it's about Kenya, for example, drivers are so reckless. Hawasimami hata kwa stop sign. They may not even stop at the stop sign. They may not even stop at the junction or yield. They are so reckless. Hiyo ni man. Okay, if it's about traffic lights, if it's a red light, you stop. Green light, you go. Back in Kenya, it's until the policeman is there. That's the time now the drivers will follow the traffic lights. Otherwise, they will not be following the traffic lights. They are so reckless. Here in the US, you will not find a policeman or policewoman standing there or manning the roadblocks, taking bribes. No, you will not find it here in the US. But back in Kenya, kama unaanzia from Kericho to Nairobi, you will find 10 roadblocks. You'll find traffic policemen taking bribes. They are so corrupt to the core. Here in the US, you'll not find that. It's until you violate the speed limits here in the US, and then you will find the police car. Now watakupati, and they will give you a ticket, and then you will pay. Utalipa maybe utatuma tu kwa mail. Simple. You will not be jailed, but you have to pay that ticket. And there are a number of times you can violate these traffic offenses. At some point, they may even take your driving license. That's how things are done here in the US. I wish things were like that in Kenya. And that way, driving will be safe in Kenya. Here in the US, even if you are a new driver, you can easily drive kwa barabara sa United States. It's easier to drive in the US than to drive in Kenya, which is so risky, not safe. I hope you see your maoni yangu. I'm coming from Kenya, I know what I'm saying. So I hope one day the drivers in Kenya will change. You don't have to see a policeman to obey driving rules. No. That's the main difference. Alafu tena upper US, most of the time people will have private vehicles, which is okay. We are not even complaining about that. But driving aspect, I think should be the same everywhere. Number two, mashule hapa US. Schools here in the US. Schools in the US, elementary, high school, they are free. They are truly free. And you will find that there are some buses, kuna mabasi zinakuja kuchukua za watoto waende shule from the neighborhood, and you don't pay a dime. Back in Kenya, they normally say high school is free or primary is free, but it's not entirely free. It's just a fake thing. It's not entirely free. Yeah, it's not entirely free. And here, kwa mambo ya exam, it's not a torture. Exams here, it's a multiple choices questions. So it's easier for somebody to pass exams. Unlike in Kenya, which for example, is like a torture. A teacher here is so humble to teach somebody to learn well and identify the weakness of a student. But back in Kenya, utapata mwalimu wa hesabu akikutishia tu. By the way, I don't know why mathematics teachers in Kenya, they are so arrogant. Most of them are arrogant. They are not humble. They don't know even how to teach, most of them. I will say this without the fear of contradiction. You nilisomea Kenya. They are not even humble. They are so prideful. I don't know why. It's high time they change. Here in the US, you will not find that. Teachers are there to work, are there to teach students, not to portray their arrogance. The way, yeah. Hiyo ni utofauti niliweza kuangalia hapa US. Free primary, free high school. College, you have to pay, but there is also government loans. Kuna kitu inaitwa FAFSA. Unaweza pata student loan ama FAFSA, which is a grant. Now, number 3, government offices. Here in the US, there is efficiency. Ukitembelea, if you go to a government office, be it a state office or maybe a federal government office, there is efficiency, there is professionalism, there is fairness. You'll be served. They don't see who you are, they will serve you. Back in Kenya, sometimes those government employees wako na what we call bureaucracy. And they use that to collect bribes. They may frustrate you. Let's say you are applying for a document. They may frustrate you so that you may give them some money. And it's common in every government agency in Kenya. For example, ukitafuta marriage certificate, lazima uwachotea watu ili wafanye mzuri. Especially if you are looking for certified copy of marriage certificate. They will say, okay, we don't see your file here. Until you pay. They are so corrupt to the core. And then now again, mambo ya passports. Ya passport iko afadhali kidogo, but kuna hiyo corruption tena. Every government office iko na corruption. Here in the US, you will not find that. There is fairness. There is fairness. And ethical standards kwa wananchi, among the citizens, you will find that as a person here in the US, you will not find anybody throwing trash anyhowly. No. Everybody here takes personal responsibility for everything. Everybody here is accountable. But back at home, you'll find that somebody is throwing trash on the street, and then somebody is agitating for good governance. While at the same time, this same person or electorate is even corrupt also, or okay, is morally corrupt, or maybe ana-elect watu wenye wako corrupt. Unaona? Or anapatiana bribes, hataki kufuata sheria. Here in the US, there is nothing like that. You don't have to bribe anybody. Sio lazima ubribe anybody. No. Isa ile unaomba kura. It's free and fair elections. Back at home in Kenya, that's the opposite. Watu wakupigie kura ukiwa Kenya lazima uongane. And when they are in the offices, they will not even deliver. Because walinunua kura. Most jobs za government huko Kenya, you have to pay somebody. Like police, for example, or military. At least you have to corrupt your way to get jobs in Kenya. Here in the US, it's free. There is no corruption. And that's why watu wamenikujia kwa inbox, and most of them ni policemen na KDF. Wanasema kwamba, okay, I'm in KDF. I'm in Kenya Police. Nipatie connections za kuingia US military. Sasa ukiangalia huyo mtu akona hiyo mentality na attitude ya kuwa corrupt. Anafikiria vile alinunua kazi yake, it's possible everywhere. No. This person is thinking that the way he corrupted his way to that position, he can also corrupt it here in the US. No, that's not possible. There is nothing like connections here in the US. If you merit it, you get it. You have the skill, you will get it. Yes. So when you wanakujanga kwa inbox yangu wakisema nipati sijui wapi connection ati unalipa ngapi, that's nonsense. You have to stop that. It's until uweze kubadilika kama as a person, that's the time you will get the right leadership. It's interesting watu wanagitate for good leaderships, alafu on a personal level hata wao wakipatiwa nafasi wako corrupt. Hiyo ni differences niweza kupata kati ya Kenya na United States. Kuna utofauti mwingi sana. And that's why I will always choose United States in terms of work ethics.